Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hell Hath No Fury. I'm one of your co-hosts, Lindsay, and I'm here with my other co-host, Faye.
Hello,
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm all set. I'm really excited about this week's episode, actually.
Me too. So, obviously, the title will reveal what we're talking about, but we are going to be
Mhm.
talking about band names, metal band names that we hate. Um,
Yes, so I know we all hate Coldplay, so Coldplay will not be making an appearance on this video.
yeah, they're not involved. And we actually asked some of our listeners to comment. We made a post, and we've been reading through your comments, and we're going to mention them later on in the episode and give some shout outs because you guys, you actually, you came with some really good ones, and Lindsay's going to be reacting blind, aren't you? Because you haven't seen them.
Yeah, I've been neglecting everything, and I haven't looked at the post. I'm aware of the post. I've seen the post. I have not looked into the comments, so this will be a genuine reaction from me on this episode.
So, but there's some good ones. They are. But I think we're going to start out with our band names that we hate, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Ladies first. I'll let you start.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay, so the first one I have, it's no secret that I don't like this band, and I actually posted about them earlier, and that's Sleep Token. I think that's a really stupid name, and I tried to get into them and I really did, and they've got cool moments, but overall I find them a bit beige and a bit boring. And I think the name Sleep Token is just really dumb. I call them snooze coupon. And I'm not a fan, and I assume that there's going to be some sort of lore behind the name or something that the hardcore fans could probably educate me on, and maybe there's a reason behind it or something. I don't know, but as soon as I see Sleep Token, I'm just like, "Ugh, no, absolutely
Yeah.
not." Mm-mm.
I think that's a good one because I think their whole thing is just, it's really pretentious. I get sort of like, they're talented musicians, that's fair enough. And like, there's a couple of songs I quite like, but as a whole, I've never
Hmm.
got the vibe. And isn't it something like the lead singer, he had like a dream and like God spoke to him or something? I think I've read vaguely somewhere.
I
Someone
don't
in the
know.
comments will correct us, I'm sure, and educate us. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Sleep Token, just absolutely not. Snooze Coupon is better, and just no, instantly switched off.
You should DM them and suggest that name. Be
Yeah,
very
like how dare you? You and your pretentious name. What does it
yeah,
mean?
I like that. So my first one, and I only like you. I discovered that this band even existed a couple of weeks ago doing research for this episode. Um, Truck Stop Dick Pill,
Okay.
and they describe themselves as US Boner Slam. That's enough right there, right? And I like some slam music, so I was like, okay,
Hmm.
maybe they sound okay. Not my cup of tea. Um, I just I get that a lot of extreme metal bands, they're meant to shock. They're extreme, right? That's their shtick. But
Yeah,
stupid dumb names like that might because I'm a woman and it's just a group of guys like, oh, let's call ourselves Truck Stop Dick Pill, right? It might
yeah.
be because I don't know, but yeah, that's
Truck
my
stop dick pill.
yeah.
Do you know what that kind of gives off, like hillbilly redneck vibes a little bit. Um it's like, I don't know, Bloodhounds Gang if they were extra hillbilly. That's the kind of vibe I get from that.
The vibe is hillbillies on Viagra, right? And I don't know about you, but that doesn't really appeal to me.
No, thank you. That's a hard pass. Absolutely not.
No pun intended.
Yes. I genuinely didn't mean that. That's quite funny. Well, speaking of stupid, like really dumb names, right? This is a band that I discovered just a couple of weeks ago. Um, they are a brutal hardcore slam grindcore band. And their name is 52 words long, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get away with actually reading out their full name without getting completely banned because it's quite obscene. But their abbreviated name is Zavleg. So that's Xavleg. And I think they've got either one or two members of Vulvodynia in their band as well. So yeah. What's the full abbreviation? Hang on a minute. I think I've got it up here. I don't think I'm going to be able to read out the full name without us getting into a lot of trouble.
Try.
That's the only thing. So I will put the abbreviated version of the name up on the screen just in case anybody wants to go and check them out. I'm not a big grindcore slam, brutal slam person myself. I really struggle with that genre. But the whole abbreviated thing is XAVLEGBMAO triple F A quadruple S ITIM IWOAMNDUTRO ABC WAP WAPPIIPPOH That's like the full abbreviated version, and each one of those letters is a name for the entire band. I listened to this band just out of curiosity because I was like, this name is insane. This is absolutely insane. And I was like, yes, this is very much grindcore. Absolutely. And it's not for me. No, not for me.
That's mad. I hope they're not dyslexic. Fuck me.
Oh, honestly, I can see like the full name at the moment. It's on Wikipedia, and I'm like, no, even like the first couple of words, we would get banned. So I'll put the abbreviated bit up so you guys can go and search it for yourself. But I am not responsible for your search history. That's a disclaimer that I'm putting out there.
Yeah, that's wise.
Yeah, not my responsibility.
Number 2 on my list is Vulvodynia. So it's funny you mentioned them.
There you go then.
The name it makes me just, and I've seen them live, and their music makes me like. I get it. Again, it's extreme metal, and they have themes of like misogyny and doing all this kind of stuff to women, and it's extreme, blah blah blah. I just don't know what it is. It's like, and Vulvodynia it's a medical condition, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah,
like some kind of pain or something down there, but it's just a bunch of men, and I don't get it. I literally I hear their name and I'm just like,
yeah,
and
agreed.
And the music too. It's too much for me personally.
Yeah, completely agree. It's just one of those games that makes you just shiver, like, no, thank you.
Like, no.
Yeah, the next one I have on my list is actually a band I love. I absolutely adore this band, but whenever I say their name, there's just something that makes me go, nah. And that's Cradle of Filth. I love Cradle of Filth. I have loved Cradle of Filth since I was a teenager. Like Nymphetamine was my jam when I was in high school. You know, I absolutely love that track. I love all of their stuff. But just saying, I don't know what it is, but the name just makes me cringe. And I adore the band. The members are awesome. The music's awesome. I love absolutely everything about them. But whenever I say their name, it just makes me really cringe. And I'm not sure why.
It's just the imagery of it, isn't it? If you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, because we're mums, it's like.
Yeah, I think that's what it is because I never used to have a problem with it before until I became a parent, I suppose. But it just gives me like, I mean, I know this is the whole shtick for it, but it gives me kind of like some weird Silent Hill creeper kind of vibe about it, which I know is the whole thing that they're going for, but it bloody works. And it just makes me cringe.
Yeah, I get that. That's a fair shout.
Yeah.
My next one.
Oh no, you're laughing. This is bad.
Is there's this trend of that I've seen in metal where they don't like using a space bar. So they put their band name is 8 words long and they just condense it all into one long word. I wrestled a bear once. It's all one word. And my fucking neurodivergent fucking ADHD brain, I read it and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, nah, I can't even read your band name. I'm not interested. Next. I don't care how good your music is. I mean, they're metalcore, so it's not something I listen a lot to, and they might be great. They might be lovely people. But just when you just shove all these words into one long, my brain goes.
I technically only have one left, but I just want to preface this whole band name thing. Any band name that I can't pronounce, this is a running joke ever since I started my YouTube channel. Any band name that I can't pronounce, I hate. I can barely speak English, which is my native language. My brain works too fast. So if I'm expected to, pronounce a band name that's even slightly complicated, game over for me. I'm just making up my own.
Fair.
Yeah, just completely game over. But my last one that I have was a band that I was introduced to many, many years ago by a friend of mine. They're not technically metal. I mean, they're like alt metal, ambient kind of avant-garde rock kind of stuff. And that's Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. Yeah, Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. Have you heard of them?
No, but it sounds great in your accent.
Thank you. Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. And I'm going to send a voice recording of me just saying that to you. Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum. But when I was first told about this band by a friend of mine, instantly the image in my head, I was like, that sounds like some sort of weird Alice in Wonderland acid trip. And he was like, yeah, basically, that's basically what it is. And I looked them up, and it's basically like Mushroom Head, but weirder in their look and stuff. And their music is just like all over the place. It's not my thing at all. I mean, I like a bit of progressive stuff, but there's progressive and then there's over the top for the sake of it. But it's basically like Alice in Wonderland on acid on stage with violins and everything, and they're just jumping about on stage and things. It's really weird. But yeah, Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum.
I love that. The word gorilla in a Scottish accent, class.
Awesome. Gorilla.
It's because you roll your R's and then you've got L afterwards, so it's like it's great.
I know. It just goes on forever. It just literally rolls off the tongue.
It's great.
But yeah, that was my last one. I don't have any more apart from that. Yeah.
I have one more.
Okay.
And it's a Serbian gent metal band called Destiny Potato.
Destiny Potato.
Yes. Why?
Okay.
And it's like just like gent metal. They're quite good actually. They're like if
Yeah.
they're not, but I just think that the first thing you learn about a band, obviously you're going to hear their music, but then you know what their name is. You see what their name is, and that name it just gives the energy like you don't take anything seriously.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, then why should I take you seriously as a band? You know?
Yeah.
Why should I go and see you, or why should I support you and buy stuff if you're just like it's some fucking drunk party game? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Imagine the merch for that band.
Oh, the merch opportunities are brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that front, it's kind of cool, but just in general, just stupid, weird names don't really do it for me.
Destiny Potato.
Destiny Potato, Serbian.
I would like to know this. I would like to know the story behind that.
Yeah. If anyone from that band's listening or anyone knows them, then please tell us. It's shit, but we want to know why.
I'm intrigued by the shit story.
Yes. Why a potato? Yeah. As we mentioned earlier, we put up a post on our socials asking our listeners to also share some of the band names that they hate. And we've had some very good ones. I thought we'd get a lot of like repeat ones, but we haven't. They're all different. So, and we'll be doing a few shout outs to the ones that I can pronounce properly. Otherwise, get a proper handle because that's mad. We will start with John from Heavy Metal Philosophy. He actually wrote two. Destinity, I'm guessing is how that's a stupid name.
That is a stupid name. Funnily enough, I discovered them today. They randomly came up on my Spotify. I was just listening to music and they randomly appeared on my Spotify. Never heard of them before. And I was like, that's a stupid name because I can't pronounce that.
They're a cool band, nice people, but the
Mhm.
name, it fucks with your brain. I just don't like stuff that fucks with my brain. Like my brain does enough fucking on its own. I don't need other stuff doing it. I just want to be
Yeah,
able to read it and enjoy it. Don't
yeah.
need that. So I read it and I was like, destined. Like I'm a teacher, right? I'm like,
I know.
destinity. No.
Yeah, no thanks.
So that was his first one. And then he said the second one, Bill Murray. Bilmuri. He said fun stuff, but god awful name. Bill
Bill,
Murray. Bill
Bill,
Murray.
like Bill Murray?
It's his side project.
Yeah. Instantly, as soon as you said that, I just got Bill Murray in my head.
I will probably butcher some of these band names, but then get a fucking proper name and I wouldn't butcher it.
Yeah.
Learn. Um, someone Heavy Metal Monastery, they commented, Bullet for My Valentine, such a fucking cheesy name.
It's a bit emo, to be fair. Yeah.
It's very emo,
Good
but
band.
it kind of fits with their music though, because they are
Yeah.
cheesy and they
They
are.
are quite cheesy. Hmm.
I
Their
remember,
their newer stuff is a lot better than their older stuff, but their older stuff is as good as it is. It's very cringe because, well, they were just young kids at the time, weren't they? But yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I've never really been a fan of them, even as a teenager. But I mean, I think the band name it is cheesy, but it fits with them.
Yeah.
So it could be worse. Um, Theodore Doom, he commented, "There's a band called Blast Anus who are much better than their name suggests." I don't know. I think I'm hoping they're an extreme metal band and they're not some kind of like Christian rock band.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
I'm assuming they are from that name.
I had something just pop into my head there, and I'm not going to say it.
You should.
Have you seen
Yeah,
that South Park? Have you seen that South Park episode where they start up like their Christian rock band, and they're singing about doing all these things for Jesus?
Yeah.
It's like anal blast for Jesus.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is nowhere near as bad as the band name that I found that had 52 words in it. So that's fine.
You're gonna have to send that to me when we're done.
Oh well.
Yeah. Blast Anus. I mean, I've heard worse. But it is a stupid name.
It is, yeah.
And so Scott Sharman, he comments, not exactly metal, but as much as I love them, I never liked the name Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
He hasn't said why, but for me, bands like Led Zeppelin, Megadeth, when they don't spell words properly, they leave out a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm the
But if
same, especially with Megadeth. I'm like, you're missing an A.
yeah, I
Hmm.
asked my boyfriend like if he to put a comment or like to tell me, and he said Megadeth, and I'm like, why? And he's like, I can't remember what the reason was, but I think it was mainly the music, but he said the name's just fucking stupid, and I was like, I agree, they're missing a letter. It just
Exactly.
it just irrationally irritates me. Um, Someone else put Skindred purely because I can't stand them, and they always seem to be support at festivals, and I can't avoid them.
They're following you.
It's a conspiracy theory. Kindred. Yeah. Is that like a play on the word kindred?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I get that one.
Hmm.
Um, and someone put Virgin Steel and steel with an E on the end. The extra E is particularly annoying.
That's like a surname.
Yeah,
Yeah. Virgin Steel.
it
I
would
don't
be
even know who
cool
that
without the
is.
E.
Hmm.
I haven't heard of them.
No.
And then someone else put honorable mention as an example, LLNN in brackets, an amazing band, but band names you have to figure out how to say and what it means don't really too much. I agree. And
Yes.
I think there's a theme here. Just if you're starting a band, pick a normal name and spell it properly.
Yeah.
It's not difficult.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can understand like bands having names that are in like their native tongue and things like that. That's fine. You know,
That's
that's
fine because
completely fine.
that's an established language. So that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the band that I'm thinking of right now, I think this is how you pronounce it is it Uton? Iotunn, I
Mm,
think. Uton, yeah. That's
yeah.
fine. I mean, I butchered that because I can't pronounce shit. But um but if you're gonna make a band name and it's in your native language, make it easy to read, it's spelled correctly, and just don't be a dick about it because people like me can't pronounce shit.
Yeah. Bear Scottish people in mind when you're thinking of your band names.
I mean,
Because
to be honest with you, I wouldn't even tar the whole of Scotland with that brush. It's just me. I'm an idiot.
okay, think of Lindsay. What would
Yeah,
Lindsay
think of me.
um Jonathan O'Reilly commented, goat penis, all one word, is a pretty bad. I mean, who thought that was a good idea? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm hoping there's some kind of black metal, death metal. Because if it fits with like your theme, you can kind of get away with it. But if it's just completely random just to be like funny or weird, then I don't get it.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Um, someone Hooper stank. I mean, why? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always wondered that. That is a really odd name. And how do you
Yeah.
think of it?
Like, what's a hooba and why is it stanky?
Yeah, like maybe like someone knows the answer and can tell us because there might be a genuine reason and we're like, oh, okay, but it just seems really random.
Yeah.
Um, Kitty just sounds weird for a metal band. Kitty with IE, not a Y. Like
Yeah.
ooh,
I know the band. I'm not a huge fan of the band. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just not my thing. I think it's just like a w- it's an all female band. So I
mm,
think the name is deliberate for the fact that
yeah,
they're an all female band. But I struggle to say that word properly, so it doesn't sound deliberate. Like in my Scottish accent, I would just say kitty.
yeah.
But if I was going to pronounce my T's, it would be kitty, and
Mm.
it's just weird, you
Same with
know?
my English accent. Kitty,
Yeah,
kitty, kitty, kitty. Mm.
yeah. It just sounds like you're taking the piss when you go kitty,
Yeah,
you
it
know?
does. And it doesn't
Yeah,
fit the metal theme. But again, there's a lot of this is a whole other episode we're going to talk about. There's a lot of um metal bands that shouldn't even be considered to be metal bands with the whole pink girly vibe, right?
yes.
So that's kind of playing into that, but that's a whole other story.
That's a
Um,
whole other episode for another day.
it was, and it will come, trust me. With all due respect to the band and the animal rights activism that it represents, the name cattle decapitation is a clunky mouthful.
Yeah,
It is. It's a
agreed.
lot of consonants.
Hmm.
That isn't a clunky mouthful. I've never really thought about that.
I like the band,
Yeah,
um,
they're a good band.
but it is quite a mouthful. Yeah,
They often get shortened to cattle decap, and I get it
yeah,
because that's easier to say.
yeah.
Yeah. Graham Smith commented, "Dying fetus. I could never wear one of their shirts. Their merch is pretty extreme. I will give
Yes,
that. It's very striking is the word I'm
yes.
gonna say. But yeah, but again, it's the whole extreme metal thing, isn't it? Like
Hmm.
extreme name, not for the faint-hearted, and their merch definitely is not for the faint-hearted. Um,
Yeah, definitely. You can
yeah.
throw in aborted and infant annihilator into that kind of category as well.
And anal cunt.
Yeah, them too. Yep.
Yeah. um, Papa adds, "Hello, he's so sweet." Um, oh, Megadeth easily, though it would probably bother me more if they spelled it correctly at this point. Yeah, it's the I my phone always corrects it to like DEATH, and I have to correct that, and that's what annoys me. It's like, ew.
I'm deliberately being wrong and I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
correcting something that's correct,
Hmm.
and that doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah. I mean, what is a Megadeth?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
let's phone up
Okay.
Dave. What the fuck are you on about? What is
Yeah.
it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Um, someone put the answer to this question is always job for a cowboy and show me a dinosaur.
Show me a dance.
I, I will say job for a cowboy is an odd band name. Um, their insane talent makes up for that, I would say, because they are very, very, very good. But yeah, show me a dinosaur. I haven't heard of them. I wonder
No.
what the music they make.
Show me a dinosaur. I'm like, okay, my favorite is a stegosaurus.
Yeah, like not gonna lie, I fucking love dinosaurs. So, but
Hmm.
if they have some like dinosaur theme to their music, like fucking sick, I will
Yeah.
actually just listen to that. But if it's just again, if it's just one of those random stupid names, then why?
Hmm.
Imagine that. Oh, I'm going out tonight. Who are you gonna see? Show me a dinosaur.
Like, okay, are you okay?
Yeah. Um, I can give the Black Dahlia murder a pass, but most bands with more than 3-word band names. Band names should be succinct, not a whole ass sentence.
Yes. 100% agree with that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and the last one, Impaled Nazarene. Love that Finnish metal, and they have incorporated a variety of metal influences over the years, but the name is lame and very limiting. Impaled Nazarene, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But again, kind of fits with the vibe.
Hmm.
Unlike Show Me a Dinosaur, unless they perform in dinosaur costumes, then I take it back. Then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
If it's dinosaur themed, dinosaur outfits, dinosaur fun, yeah, I'm all for it.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
I've
So
just
yeah,
got an image of somebody dressed up in one of those giant inflatable T-Rex costumes with like
yeah,
guitars and behind the drum and just like head banging on stage and stuff. That'd be epic.
that would that would make me stay in after 10 o'clock because the
Yeah.
age I am now, I can't do that. But I would stay for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Those,
So
those
yeah,
were awesome.
they were good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for anyone who commented and got involved with that. That was really good.
Okay, so the last segment of today's episode is our record of the week. So, what's your record of the week this week?
My record of the week this week is something I always forget the album title of, and I've even got their t-shirt on to remind me. The band is called Ascended Dead, and if you haven't heard of them, they honestly they're one of my favorite death metal bands. The album is called Evenfall of the Apocalypse. And it's just the album cover is just it tells you everything you need to know. It's just like stunning death metal. Just heavy and disgusting and just so technically amazing. And this album was released in wasn't last year, 23, I think. And it was one of my favorite albums of the year that year. And I saw a lot of other people who really loved it as well. So go and check out if you haven't because it's really fucking sick. And they make really sick
Awesome.
merch as well.
Awesome. Mine is actually an album. Well, I've been listening to this band quite a lot over the last week, and the album I listened to this morning actually, and they need no introduction, and that's Immortal with At the Heart of Winter, which was released back in 1999. I love Immortal. I love my black metal, and I love especially like my really frosty, cold kind of black metal, and it's Immortal. You can't go wrong with Immortal. I love the album artwork. It's stunning. And I've just been in a really huge mood for Immortal recently. So I've listened to their entire discography like twice this week. But yeah, mine is definitely Immortal. Love that band. Love that album. It's good stuff.
It's great when you have a band and they've just got the sickest back catalogue as well and you can just binge it. It's so good because some bands they've got albums where you think I'll spring that I'll skip that one.
Yeah.
But like Gajira is one of those bands for me.
Hmm.
Like no skipping. at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Immortal, like just those big bands, like they can't do any wrong.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you everyone for listening into episode number 2. If there's anything that you guys want us to talk about, I mean, we do have a long list of topics that we add to all the time. But if you guys want us to talk about anything in particular, anything to do with the metal world, please let us know in the comments or messages or whatever.
Absolutely.
And
DM us, comment. We check the comments and we're involved, so we will read them. Be nice.
we will. Yes, because we're lovely. And we deserve niceness, okay?
We do.
We do. We do. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.